So today I'm going to show you how to schedule a conference room in the new offices using Outlook. It is super simple and just like scheduling your normal meetings using Outlook. Each room is set up much like a user that you will invite to the meeting, and the room will automatically accept or deny your request based on its availability. Before we get started, if you're going to be scheduling rooms for someone else on a regular basis and you do not have access to that person's calendar, I have made an additional video for you that will be helpful in keeping your calendar organized for meetings that you schedule but are not attending. So go ahead and check that video out as well. So to get started, I'm going to add an event to my calendar as I normally would. You can see for this example, I have added a bunch of test events for the sake of being able to see some conflicts. So to add an event to the calendar, you're going to want to click this Add Meeting button. You can also click Add Appointment, which I'll do, but you can see you need to select the Invite button to add the room and the people you're going to invite. And when I do that, this changes to Meeting up here instead of Appointment. So it gets you to the same place. The two boxes where we're going to include not only the people we want to invite, but also the room we want to schedule. So here I'm going to start with scheduling my room. I would like to schedule the red conference room for this meeting, and you can see here that it auto-populates. If you're having problems getting this to auto-populate, give it a few tries, maybe type it out completely. If you're still having problems, let me know and I can help you make sure those will auto-populate for you. So I'm going to select the red conference room, and like I said, you can just select the room only and not invite anybody else to this meeting just so that you can get that room reserved. But if you're scheduling this meeting and you want to go ahead and invite others to the room or to the meeting with you, you can go ahead and type their names in here too. So I'm going to invite Aaron Mullins into this meeting as well. You can see after we chose the red conference room in the to box, the location box auto-filled with red conference room. So this is super helpful when sending that invite so people will know which room you're meeting in. The next box is the subject box. This is going to be the title of the meeting and what will show up on the calendar when people are trying to see what conflicts there are. So here I am going to call this the facilities meeting. So after filling out the subject line, you're going to want to make sure your start and end times are correct for your meeting. And then you'll want to look at this top toolbar, and there's a few changes you might want to make. As for the status, you're probably going to want to leave that busy if you're attending the meeting. If you're scheduling this meeting for others, make sure and check out that other video I was talking about that will help you keep your calendar organized. The other thing you want to look at is this recurrence. So if you're having a reoccurring meeting, you can click on this and you can schedule it for every week, every month, every year, or every day, or you can customize it. So if you're going to have a first Monday of the month meeting monthly, then you can go in there and hit custom. One note about recurring meetings is that you should only be scheduling meetings one semester at a time. Schedules change and then we forget to change calendars. So to keep the calendar clean, please plan on rescheduling your recurring meetings each semester. The one other thing on this toolbar that you're going to want to look at is this button that says private. If this is a meeting that you don't want the title to show up when people are checking the room's availabilities, you can hit private and then it'll show up as a private event. As for checking availability, I can either click the scheduling button on the top toolbar or I can click the scheduling assistant tab below. They'll both take me to the same place. Because I've already used this several times, it starts auto putting the rooms in that you've used recently down here, which is nice. If I hadn't used that yet, this room would be showing up here underneath Aaron Mullins' name. But since it is here, I'm able to just see what's available and what's not. I can tell from these gray bars that there are things scheduled on the calendar. And so unfortunately, this red conference room does look like it's booked. But because I've used these other rooms already, I can also see which ones are available. I'm going to add another conference room just so that you can see if there's nothing auto-populating here for you, you can add a room. So I'm going to try and add the blue conference room here. And I can check availability right here. So I'm going to exit out of that. And when I do, it brings up my blue conference room. And it looks like that is also an option. So whichever room you decide to choose, which I'm going to go ahead and choose the black and white conference room now, actually. And I'm going to unselect the red conference room because it looks like the black and white conference room is available. So what you can see here is when I did that, it changed the 2 up here, and then it also changed my location down here. After everything is entered and I check and make sure that it's all correct, I can just hit the send button and it's automatically going to send that request to the Black and White conference room and to Erin Mullins. If I go check my email, I should pretty quickly receive an email from the Black and White conference room letting me know whether my request was rejected or accepted. So you can see here it's from the Black and White conference room and it says your request was accepted. Earlier, I tried to reserve a room without checking the availability that wasn't available. So you can see here that I received an email from that room stating that my request had been denied. Down here, it shows who the organizer of that meeting is so that I can contact them if I need to talk to them about switching. So it's that simple. If you have any questions or run into any problems, you can email me, Leslie@austinstone.org.